Alrighty, dudes and dudettes, guess what time it is? Next episode for Customer of the Week. So, remember, Customer of the Week is not about me bitching and moaning about customers. That's not the point. The point is sharing with you guys some of the ironic and unfortunate and kind of just facepalm type moments that I sometimes encounter. And because of this, because I deal with these challenges so frequently, that means that this is a miscommunication between the customer base and the business provider, of course, or the service provider. So perhaps by sharing these stories with you, we can have a good chuckle, and also you can have a better appreciation and understanding of how this business runs, and also, that we're quite human and very limited in what we can do. So when you better understand our capabilities, better understand my motivations and philosophy in customer service and in teaching, then we can probably find a better fit. Therefore, we don't waste our time or waste each other's time, such as what you're about to hear. So this customer, her name is Nuvi. She's very nice. And she bought a class. Again, you guessed it, the theme of the day. Working with Groupon, you get a lot of customers who don't particularly know what they're buying. And this is a very big challenge for any small business, any business in general. Customer acquisition is a huge problem. And I've actually worked very hard many years to reduce the amount of dependency we have on Facebook ads. We don't do any advertising there. CalGuns, we don't do any advertising there anymore. Instagram, Yelp actually kicked me off right around December 2017. They just changed their policy and be like, oh, you teach people how to use guns, goodbye. And then the irony about Yelp is that they're sales ladies, they're always girls for some reason, but their sales ladies always try to call me and try to get me signed back on. They're like, oh yeah, you can still advertise, just tell them, don't click the category firearms training, just click the category for self-defense, and then you can just say in text that you train in firearms. And I'm like, great, your company doesn't want to do business with me and you still want me to sign up. Like, you don't get both. Like, pick one. If you want to get into virtue signaling and politics, gun politics, then you don't get my business. So anyways, Yelp, surprisingly, still a lot of customers come through Yelp, even though Yelp doesn't get my money for advertising. So I get the value, they don't get the value from me. Anyways, moving forward. So Nuvi buys a Groupon. So she wants to join us. She emails October 21, hey, any availability for this weekend to join firearm safety class? And we're like, hey, we're sold out. You can join for November 8 or November 14. She doesn't particularly care to plan ahead and join the November 8th or November 14th. And then so a couple days go by, right? Probably about a week, 8 days go by or whatever. And then she's like, oh, is there still spots for November 8th? And we're like, no, November 8th is sold out. So if you want it, you can join on November 22nd. So finally she signs up for November 22nd, which is all good. Well, that's fine. And then on the morning of November 22nd, she changes her mind and emails us, which is within our policy. So I have a super, super generous policy for rescheduling open enrollment classes, which is as long as you give me 1 hour notice in writing by email, you can just keep your credit for another day. All right, so after all this drama, she's scheduled for November 22nd. On the morning of, she's like, oh, I'm not going to go. Okay, fine, that's fine. No big deal. She's got a credit, which is good for a year, and this is a policy that we borrow straight from Southwest Airlines, because for a period of many years, I flew so often with Southwest Airlines, I was like, their customer service policies are obviously working, so let's adopt them. Anyways, she she didn't join November 22nd, and then so she wants to get another class. It's January now, and she wants to join a class which is for February 13th, right? So she signs up for February 13th, and then later on, she's like, oh, I don't want to go that far. It's all the way out there at your facility in the mountains. I bought this Groupon because it was close by, and now I cannot make it. And so I was like, oh, here we go again. And so, I'm trying to be nice, and I'm like, okay, just give me a call and we'll talk about it, right? So she gives me a call. Have her call me, and I explained to her the situation, which I'll explain to you guys. So she was originally signed up for a class in Fremont, and in Fremont we have a classroom that can hold 24 students. And so I built this class to be able to be like economically viable at 20 to 24 students, between 20 and 24 students. And when I say economically viable, I mean it's not losing money. I don't have enough money to pay the instructors for this, so I teach it myself, and I don't make any money off this myself, right? But if one of my assistants want to teach this class, I don't really have the money to pay them for this, so it's a lost leader for us. Basically, we can run this as a community service and as a break even. So, anyways, you pay pennies for this class, which to me, is a double-edged sword, because on one hand, I really, really want people to get access to our gun safety curriculum. On the other hand, when you charge so little for this and it's on sale, it's already cheap at $75, and then for whole day class, and then it's on sale on Groupon. So folks are getting it for like $30 or $36 per person for this class. They have no appreciation for the amount of work and time and expertise and experience and just difficulty and the equipment that it takes to go into this program. To make matters worse, from a 24-person max class, we're down to a 12-person max class. And in Morgan Hill, we no longer use that Morgan Hill facility, so the customers are all super cram-packed into trying to get into Fremont classes, which are to maximum 12. So, okay, I fill 12 spots, no problem. And then folks like this want a last-minute cancel, so then even though I can only hold a max of 12, we're only doing, 10-person or 9-person classes or whatever, because all of a sudden 2 or 3 people last minute want to cancel. Which is fine, from their perspective, they're like, oh, whatever, this is whatever, it doesn't really matter. To them, they don't care. But to me, I only hold max 12 people, and now I'm only doing a 9-person class, which means that the next 12-person class, I have to give up another seat for you to come and join. The numbers just don't work out, which is why this year, 2021, so far it's the end of January now, I haven't done a class in Fremont, because I can't get the numbers to work out if we're only limited to max 12, and with the Groupon type pricing. So, there's a balance between how passionate I am to teach affordable classes and it's just not worth the effort. So one of the things that I do these days is when I screen a phone call, when I take a phone call, I'm screening it very carefully for, are you a suitable fit for our program? In other words, are you just looking to joyride some guns? Do you actually want to learn? Are you willing to put in the work that I'm going to put in? Can you meet me at the same level? If I'm going to invest in time and energy and effort and money and equipment and ammunition to teach you, are you wanting to actually learn these things? Or do you want to just kind of casually just dabble in this? And if you're just looking to dabble, then, let's just get a refund and go separate ways. So she calls me and I explained to her that we don't have facilities right now that in a viable fashion with the pandemic shutdowns and whatever, with Coyote Valley losing their classroom, like the facility we used to use, demolishing the classroom because the county wanted. And these are things that are well beyond my control. What I can control is spending this kind of money to do a backup plan that I've been wanting to do for many years, and purchasing our own facility, to build our own facility. And you have no idea, or she has no idea, how much time and effort and work and stress that goes into that. And here I am working 8 or 9 days a week to make that happen. All right, 18-hour days from sunrise to sundown. And anyways, it just leads me to just being frustrated. And she has zero appreciation for that. And to me, honestly, I don't need to get paid. You don't got to pay me money. Other students will pay me money, and we have classes which are profitable. This particular program, you don't have to pay me money. All I need is a little bit of appreciation. All I need, honestly, is for you to want to come and learn. If you want to come and learn, I'll be happy to teach you. That's seriously the only part of our contract that actually is required, right? So anyways, she's like, no, I do want to go. So she explains to me, well, I bought it because it was close by to me, and I planned this day, so that me and my whatever, some guy friend or whatever, we could just do this and go do something else. And I'm like, okay, all right, so that's your problem, not my problem. I'm offering you this class. Do you want this class? And she's like, yeah, I do. I can't drive that far. I'm like, why not? Drive an extra half an hour. What's the big deal? There's no facilities around the Bay Area. You either find me a new facility that we could do it with, or pay more money so we can use a more expensive, closer facility, or drive out there to use our facility. Look, there's no way. What do you want? These are the options. And she's like, no, I can't drive out there. I'm like, why can't you? She's like, well, actually, I don't really want to drive out there. It's just not worth it. I'm like, okay, so you don't want the class. She's like, no, I do want the class. I'm like, no, obviously you don't. You don't care. So finally she's like, okay, well, yeah, you're right, I don't care. I'm like, you know what, just let's just be done with this. Don't waste my time anymore. So I'll give you a refund, right? So, and then she keeps on bugging me I was like, oh, did you process the refund? Oh, did you process the refund for 5 days? You didn't respond to me. I'm like, lady, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am busy teaching, right? And Monday, I can barely get enough sleep, to kind of rest up and answer emails and get caught up on updating the website. And now that you, I told you I'm going to give you a refund. You want me to be like serving you on a silver platter. After you email me for October, 21st, and then you want to join last minute and we're sold out. And then you email me on October 28th and you want to be joining, or October 29th, you want to join last minute. And then so many classes, then you want to last minute cancel after I do all this work to teach a class. I do all this work to teach a class for an 8-person class because you and your +1 wanted to just change your plans, cause. With zero regard to how much work I put into it. And now you want me to, yes ma'am, I'll be right on top of your refund. You can wait. No offense. You can wait. You don't put a high priority on my time. I don't put a high priority on your refund. That's the facts, right? So this is a theme that you'll see out of this series, Customer of the Week, which is when the customer or the student brings me respect, I'm going to treat them with respect. They treat me with disrespect, I'm going to reply with disrespect. And then if she wants to complain and write me a 1-star review, that's a reflection on her, not a reflection on me. Because when she emailed us originally to schedule, we were right on top of that. When she emailed us again to schedule, because she's trying to get in last minute without planning ahead, we're right on top of that. And then she wants to, get in scheduled, cool, awesome. She wants to just skip out on the class. We're also there for her, saying yeah, that's fine, that's totally fine. I have done my part. We have done our part from a customer service standpoint. And then she's calling me oh, normally you guys respond really fast. Why didn't you respond to me? I'm like, bitch, because right now you have shown me that you don't deserve a response that's that fast. Anyways, this is Brian Lang. So let it be known, if you don't actually care to be a customer, don't come be my customer, because then you waste your time, you waste my time, you cause more work for everybody. If you want to come because we offer a service and we offer education and knowledge and a facility and training and equipment and stuff that's just right for you, and it's at the right value, it's the right price, and it's exactly what you want, and you got a good community that you can join and do awesome shit close by to the Bay Area. Now, if that's not what you want, don't come, because you're gonna waste everyone's time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys got a little chuckle out of this while I rant to you guys. Peace. I will talk to you later. Bye.